Cinderella, the Missing Ring. It had been exactly 1 year since the prince and Cinderella got married. To celebrate, the prince decided to hold a splendid anniversary ball, and that was not all. That very morning, he presented Cinderella with a gold ring. It was set with an enormous blue sapphire, Cinderella's favorite stone. The ring was truly lovely, and Cinderella treasured it more than any other jewel in her royal collection. For the rest of the day, she could think nothing else but the prince she loved so dearly, and the delightful time they would have that evening. That afternoon, Cinderella realized that she'd lost the ring. Oh no, that's not good. It was a little too large and must have slipped off her finger. Oh no, cried Cinderella when she noticed it was gone. My ring, where is it? She checked the floor and all around her, but it was nowhere to be seen. Don't worry, Cinderella, her mouse friend Jacques and Gus piped up. We'll help you. All we have to do, Jacques declared quite calmly, is think, where have you been today? Then we'll go look in those places. Yes, of course, said Cinderella. That's a wonderful idea. Let's see, she thought for a moment. The first thing I did, after the prince gave me the sapphire ring, was go back to my room to write about it in my diary. And so right away, they hurried to Cinderella's bedroom. Do you see it anywhere? She called to Jacques and Gus. No ring, Jacques said with a sigh. No ring here either, agreed Gus. Well, then let's try the kitchen, said Cinderella. That's the room I went to next, when I wanted to make a pot of tea. But the only ring in the kitchen was a day-old sugared donut. A little stale, said Gus, his mouth full, but so tasty. The next, they hurried to the music room where Cinderella had gone to practice a new song. Jacques and Gus searched the piano inside and out. Dee-da-da, Gus even played a song, hopping on the keys as he looked. But if the ring was there, they couldn't find it. Perhaps, said Cinderella, we should try the library. I read there for at least an hour this afternoon. To the library, exclaimed Jacques. Let's go. Although they searched way up high and way down low, they could not find Cinderella's ring in the room either. Cinderella began to get nervous. It was nearly time to get dressed for the anniversary ball. Still, she'd not quite lost hope. You know, Cinderella said, I also went to the stables today to feed and brush Fro. Perhaps I lost my ring somewhere in his stall. They raced to the stables and searched Fro's stall, sifting through piles and piles of straw. Gus even searched the feed trough, but they still had no bright sapphire ring to show for it. Cinderella scratched her head. There's only one more place that I can think to look, she said. The garden, where I went to pick some flowers for the ball. First, she told the mice, I picked up some lilies and then some tulips. The mice went from one flower to another. Searched each and every blossom until Gus exclaimed quite suddenly, Cinderella, I see it! He scurried to the ground and picked up a shiny round blue object. Sapphire, Cinderella? Gus asked hopefully. Cinderella shook her head. It's just a marble, she replied. It's a silly mouse, it's a marble. Said Cinderella. I just know my ring is somewhere, but it's late and I still have to get ready for the ball, she sighed, as they walked past the wall and back towards the palace. Then she stopped and turned around. Wait a minute, I just remembered. It was after I finished the flower arrangement that I noticed my ring was gone, and that was just after I drew some water to pour into the vase. You don't suppose, she said, wide-eyed, it could have fallen down there? I hope not, said Gus, trembling, but Jacques just rolled his eyes. Oh, don't be such a scaredy cat. Get into this bucket. Do you see anything? Cinderella called down to the mice several minutes later. I don't know, said Jacques. It's pretty dark in here. All I see is lots and lots of eek. Cinderella pulled up the bucket as fast as she could. "Thank goodness you're okay," she said. "What did you see down there?" "Oh, nothing," said Gus shyly. "Nothing but Cinderella's ring." "My heroes!" cried Cinderella. "You found it, and just in time!" The mice jumped up and down, clapping their paws happily. Yay, she found the ring! That night at the anniversary ball, the guests toasted Cinderella and the prince. The royal couple poured some sparkling cider and toasted Jacques and Gus, their guests of honor. They knew they were lucky not only to have one another, but to have such wonderful and devoted friends. The end.